Hello friends, my name is Manoj. In today's video we'll talk about what are hypervisors. So in order to understand hypervisor, let's first understand a machine. Let's suppose you have your laptop, okay? So this is your laptop and it has i7 processor, okay, and it having, let's suppose, 16 gigs of RAM, and with that it has, let's suppose, 1 TB of hard drive space or ROM, okay. So at a single instance, at any given point of time, you cannot utilize the full capacity of i7 processor. You cannot utilize 16 gigs of RAM, and you cannot utilize 1 TB of hard drive, other than you have lots of data. So when big enterprises go and bought the servers, so they bought in such a way, let's suppose they have Xenon processor, okay. In the high end processor they have let's suppose RAM of around 2 TB RAM, and let's suppose they have a hard drive space of 10 TB. Okay, so how they can utilize that? A single person cannot use this much of process or the power of a machine, but even if so, we need to distribute that. So how we can distribute that? There are two ways. Either we can use a hypervisor, and second way that we basically use in the machine, you like heard about that is a dual boot. So but in the enterprise edition we won't use this dual boot. We won't use dual boots in enterprises. So now we have the option for the hypervisor. So hypervisor as a tool that can be installed on a machine, and then over that we can create our virtual machines. So what are the software and what is the architecture of the hypervisor? Okay, so let's understand the architecture of hypervisor. Okay, so in base we have the hardware component. Let's suppose this is our hardware component, where it's like there it's have this this specification like Xenon processor, 2 TB RAM and 10 TB hard drive. Over that we have a layer of a OS, and OS can be anyone. It is a Linux flavor, any Linux flavor, like Ubuntu is there, CentOS, anything. And over that we install something known as hypervisor. So over that we can create our own VMs or our own machine. So let's suppose we created VM1 over there, we create another VM, that is VM2, okay. And let's suppose what are the configuration of VM1. So VM1 configuration, let's suppose 2 CPU it is using, let's suppose 8 GB of RAM, it's enough, and let's suppose 500 GB of ROM. So we can create multiple VMs using the same specs, and accordingly we can assign these VM in our organization as per the requirement. Okay, so these are the architecture of hypervisor. Let's suppose also, like, what are the examples of hypervisors that we have? Example of hypervisor. So we have let's suppose one of the very famous that currently I am also using, that is VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox. It is a free tool that you can also try. We have our VM workstation, that is an enterprise edition of VMware offering that you can use in your organization for the creating a virtual machine. and there is from the window there is something called Hyper-V. So these are the example of hypervisor. Now with that we'll also try to figure out the types of hypervisor. Types of hypervisor. So we need now we discuss like how many types of hypervisor are there. So basically there are two types of hypervisor. There is type 1 hypervisor and there is type 2 of hypervisor. So now we understand what are these types. So let's first we discuss about type 1 type of hypervisor. So basically these are the hypervisor that looks something like that. Mean you have your hardware, you have your hypervisor installed over there, you have your hardware component, you have your hypervisor, and you have your VMs, you can say that VM1, VM2, and in a VM1 what we have? VM1 we have our, here we have two things. So one is guest OS and another thing we have is apps. So this type of configuration is known as type 1 hypervisor, where there is no OS involved. Our hypervisor is directly installed over the hardware. And now what is the type 2 hypervisor? Type 2 hypervisor, and sorry for my spelling, I know few times spellings are wrong, so just ignore that. So another thing, now what is type 2 hypervisor? So this is our hardware component, and now we have our host OS. Over that we have our hypervisor, but it's not installed like that. Let me just edit this changes. So this is our hypervisor and this is our the system apps. Let's suppose you install in your machine, so you have the Windows Office, Word is also there, you have your Chrome is also there, and in there you install a hyper like VirtualBox, and over there you can create your VMs. So the type 2 of hypervisor you usually create in your home setup. They are not just the enterprise edition, but the type 1 hypervisor we usually use in enterprises. So hope you in the today lecture you understand like what is hypervisor, what is the architecture of hypervisor, what are the example of hypervisor, and what are the types of hypervisor. So in the description I also added the text link of this article. If you want to dig further, you can go to my website and check out this, and if you want to share something you can also drop in a comment, and I also provide you my Twitter handle, so you can reach out to me if you have any further query. So you can subscribe to my channel for the awesome content, and thanks, and we will get in touch with the new video. Thank you.